Greetings, lovely citizens from beautiful city of Lorville. I am in 4.1.1 PTU and I have two major missions today. First, we need to check out very important update in current PTU patch, which is greatly increased turret and main weapon capacitor ammunitions across ships with turrets. That's right, more powerful weapons on ships with turrets. So, for sake of this video, let's name it Starlancer TAC Update. As we know perfectly, all ships have limited capacitors. For example, my F7C, if I put on this ship all laser weapons, so I have 6 guns on this fighter, I can't reach 75 rounds in each gun, at least if we're talking about repeaters. The same thing is if you have a ship with lot of turrets or lot of guns on these turrets, you can't reach maximum capacitors if you have all laser weapons. So let's test this. I found 2 ships in Lorville with nice amount of guns. This is Starlancer Max. Starlancer TAC is unfortunately not available yet, but will be available. Starlancer Max have 2 big turrets with 2 size 4 repeaters each, and for pilot we have 4 size 4 guns, laser cannons. So let's go to the cockpit, let's power on the ship, let's check out how it will be looking. Okay, let's go to the pilot seat, power on. Capacitor is loading. We have right now 25 rounds in each of laser cannons, if we're talking about maximum capacitor. And looks like, yes. Oh, we have even more! What the freaking hell, 30 rounds in each of laser cannon. And we have only 3 pips to the weapons. This is freaking awesome. Let's turn off this. Let's put full power to the weapons. This is the max I can put here. Okay. Capacitor is going up. 55. Oh, freaking hell, 60 rounds in M series cannons. What the freaking hell? I don't know what to think about this. Looks like cannons are back in the menu, boys. And this is great because I love cannons. Let's check it out. Power off, power on again. Now we are talking. Look at this. Oh, it's going up, it's going up. 180 rounds in these repeaters. Oh god. This is amazing. 180 rounds in each of these repeaters. Okay. No, we still have 180 rounds in each of these repeaters with full power to the guns. So this is massive buff for multiplayer ships. Tell me in the comment if you want to become a turret gunner right now, because this is something unique. Let's check out these cannons again. I'm really curious if something is changed after powering up these two additional turrets. I have 60 rounds in each of these cannons. This is freaking amazing. Why I decided to name this feature as Starlancer Tag Update is very simple. Starlancer have ton of turrets. Tag will have 2 top turrets, 4 guns for a pilot, and additional 2 side turrets, which 2 size 5 gun each. That will be Flying Fortress, and it will have a little bit less rounds than Starlancer Max because, of course, it have more weapons overall. But I found another ship with even more turrets than Starlancer Max, not Tag. Let's bring it up and let's check it out. Behold the mighty Drake Corsair. This ship have 6 weapons for pilot, 2 smaller side turrets with 2 guns each, and 1 remote turret on the back. So we have 12 guns overall on this vessel. And all of these guns are lasers. Let's go inside, let's activate all the weapons and let's check out how much rounds we'll have. Of course, Drake Corsair in stock also have M-series cannons. And let's check out these weapons. Power on. Now let's turn off one of the coolers. Lovely. Let's put maximum power to the guns. Lovely. Now, to be accurate, I need to go up and spread these wings. Now, all cannons are activated. This is freaking weird. Let's lower this. Power to the guns. Now let's put max power to the guns. And yeah, as we see, because Drake Corsair have much more guns overall than Starlancer Max, we have smaller capacitors, but still much bigger than single-seater ships. We have 38 rounds in each of these cannons. It's great. And as we see, because I see here amount of rounds in the remote turret as well. I don't know why it's bug. We actually see how much rounds we have in this Badger repeaters on remote turret. Let's go to one of the manned turret. Lovely. Oh, only 57 rounds. I don't know why. Maybe I need to mess a little bit more with power distribution in this ship. Let's power on another turret. Okay, power on. Also 57 rounds. But let's try to fix this. Let's lower this power. Let's put more power. Okay, now I think we will have 140 rounds in each of the side turrets. Let's check it out. Yes, as we see, 114 rounds in each of the side turrets in Drake Corsair. So, what we learned today? More guns is less rounds in each capacitor, but still, even ship like Drake Corsair with 12 weapons overall have much more rounds in each capacitor than any other single-seater in normal weapons. This is huge change for multi-crew gameplay. And I am assuming that Starlancer tag will have the same amount of rounds in each capacitor like Drake Corsair, because upcoming Misk ship also have 12 guns. Alright, but what about smaller ship with less guns on board? For example, Catlas Black or Starlancer Max. Let's check out how much of rounds we will have in these ships, especially in Catlas, because I didn't get Starlancer. Starlancer will be the same, I'm assuming. So what if I will put all laser weapons on Catlas Black and check it out how much rounds I will have? Maybe 200, maybe even more. And what if I switch the laser weapons on turret of Drake Catlas to ballistic ones? If ballistic will have also more ammunition, I think it's not the case, because in patch notes we have information of capacitors, not overall amount of rounds in ballistic weapons. But ballistic weapons don't need any energy and don't drain your energy from capacitors. So maybe switching these weapons for ballistics will increase overall amount of ammunition for pilot. That could be overpowered. Let's check out the Catlas and then let's check out slightly modified version of Drake Corsair. Alright, here we have our Catlas Black with full CF repeater loadout. Let's check out how much ammunition I will have. First, let's go to the pilot seat, full power to the weapons, and we have 150 rounds. Why all of this is shaking? 150 rounds. 2 times the capacitor. So I think this is the max amount of rounds in each capacitor. So capacitors in ships with turrets are doubled right now. Let's check out turrets. Yeah, we have also 150 rounds. Probably the maximum amount. I install here also ballistic weapons, and we will see how much of rounds I will have in the capacitor for pilot. Maybe even more. We need to check it out, but I think 150 is max. I do it manually because it will be, in my opinion, quicker. Okay. And yeah, let's go to turret. Reset a power. And as we see, I have 2133 rounds in each of these Mantis Gatlings. Let's check out on Urkel how much exactly Mantis repeaters have rounds. Okay, as we see, Revenant have 2000 ammunition in this Buccaneer. Let's change these Panthers for Mantis. This is exactly the same amount of rounds. 2133 rounds in each of the Mantis GT 220 ballistic Gatlings. So, this change is not applying to the ballistic weapons. So, as we see, still lasers will be a meta. Now, let's check out the ammunition available for pilot. Okay, I see still 150 rounds. Power off, power on, nothing changed. Let's turn weapons off, turns weapon on. Yeah, maximum amount of rounds in each of repeaters is 150. But this is actually pretty nice buff for my favorite Catlas Black. And now, previously, I had opportunity to put another pip in the weapon, but I can't do it because we don't have enough weapons, because I switched 2 laser repeaters on turret for ballistics. So, still installing ballistics on your turrets, if you are a solo player, is very good thing because you can have more pips for other stuff like shields, engines. I can even lower power consumption for cooler, and I have full power to weapons, engines, and shield generators. And my Catlas Black have right now much more ammunition. I think I installed here Omniskies because I love these guns, and this time Omniskies will have about 50 rounds in each capacitor. It will be fun. I need to check out one more thing. We know from the patch notes that this new mechanic is related to ships with turrets. This cutter don't have any turret, but I need to check it out, because maybe we will have a bug and also single-seater seats will be able to have more capacitors, more rounds in capacitors. Let's check it out. Power on. Okay, full power to the weapons. No, cutter have only 75 rounds in each of the repeaters. What that means for PvPers? Actually, it means a lot. Imagine F7A Mark II Hornet without any turrets, with full laser repeater loadout, will have about 50 rounds in each of the capacitors. But Super Hornet Mark II with remote turret, yes, because there is remote turret on Super Hornet, will have probably doubled amount of ammunition in each weapons. I could check it out, and I will check it out on Invictus event, 15th May, it's starting, and if I will able to rent Super Hornet, I will definitely test it. But I think Super Hornet right now in patch 4.1.1 will be the most overpowered ship, at least the most overpowered fighter in the game. Another thing, heavy fighters. Some of heavy fighters have turrets. For example, Scorpius, Vanguard, Hurricane, even Gladiator have a turret with 2 size 4 guns. So these ships will have much more ammunition. But heavy fighters without turrets like F-8C Lightning or Mirai Guardian will don't have additional ammunition, and it's, to be honest, very weird because it's unbalanced in my opinion. Maybe it's something to drag other players to do multi-crew gameplay. But to be honest, if you have a Vanguard with a little tiny turret on top, and you can switch all your weapons, nose weapons, to lasers, you have much more ammunition for a pilot, and you don't need anyone on this turret. We have Redeemer with two big ass turrets, and yeah, in my opinion, it's worth to check out these turrets. It's worth to fully crew Redeemer and have a great time. But in other hand, you still have two size 4 and two size 3 weapons for pilot, and you will have lot of firepower in these repeaters. The same thing is about Valkyrie, about Catlas series, Zeus series, freelancers, even Raft will have outstanding amount of firepower according to the new changes. In my opinion, this is only tier 0 implementation, and in the future only turrets will be boosted, maybe capacitors for turret and for pilot will be totally separate. In my opinion, this is the better idea to separate these capacitors, and this will definitely drag other people to play as a turret gunner. Alright, now I need to check out another thing. We have some problems right now with logging out in our ship. Let's jump very quickly to the verse and let's check out in PTU if logging out in our ships will be working at least okay. My favorite moon in Stanton, Magda. Lovely. Alright, first test, let's try to log out on orbit. Okay, log out. Now, let's try to change server. Okay. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. We have only US servers on PTU. So I need to check it out like this. A stupefied quarter moon server. Hopefully next time I will get another one. Okay. I am back. Yes, we are still around Magda. Now, let's try to find one of the mining outposts, but maybe somewhere closer. Yes, HDMS Perelman. Okay, here we go to HDMS Perelman. I choose to do it on the moon because of not so thick atmosphere, and I can just fly faster. Before server meshing, and even before 3.20, 3.2, I don't really remember, but I had a very weird bug when I logged out around one of the outposts. My ship, after logging in, just folded down under the planet surface and exploded. That's why I am not logging out nearby any outpost since then. So I don't really know if it's still a thing, if this bug is still appearing. So I will test this today. But before I do it, let's test the more safe way to log out on the planet's surface. Let's just fly a little bit away from this mining outpost. Let's land somewhere here. Let's try to log out. Okay. Okay, persistent universe again. Let's change for the best. This is the same server, unfortunately. Okay, let's wait. Okay, here we are. This is the same server, unfortunately. So my testing capabilities in PTU are a little bit less viable than in PU right now. But as we see, we are on Magda. Okay, let's land very close to the buildings. For example, here. And log out. Okay, here we are again. I try to switch to the USA from the USA, obviously. But maybe this time I will get another server. No, it's the same server. Okay. I logged in. And we are still in HDMS Perlman. My ship didn't explode. I definitely need to check it out also in PU when 4.1.1 will go live. But as we see, as far I know, unless you are not switching servers, you can log out even very, very close to the mining outposts. And because I'm here, I want to check out one more little thing. And yeah, this bug is still not fixed. So habitation area in mining outposts around Stanton is still bugged. We don't have any lights. Some of the objects are missing. And there is no chance to spawn even one loot box. Alright, there is nothing better than cold coffee after hard work. That was fail. But cold rum is even better. Oh yeah. Please tell me in the comment what do you think about new changes for turrets and overall ships with turrets. In my opinion, it's still unbalanced mess, but in other hand, I'm very excited to use my Catlas Black again, because it will have more firepower even for solo player. Be aware, this is only a PTU. CIG still have lot of work to do. This will be balanced eventually. I'm pretty sure only turrets will be buffed in the future, which is great, because right now is no sense to use any turrets. At least you are in Polaris or other very, very hard to kill and very slow and clumsy ship. If you are not subscribing yet, please consider subscribing. It will help me a lot. And if you want to help this channel to be better and better, please check out pinned comment. There is some useful links and maybe you will get a pretty nice and very cheap head tracking system for you, or maybe you will become a fuel supplier for this channel and buy me a coffee. Alright, that's all for today, and as always, thanks for watching, have a great day, and bye bye.